This is my Nintendo Switch, and today I'm about to use it to unload weight loss hacks and secrets that will make all of the gamer-hating gym bros out there's jaws drop. And to prove it, I'll show you the results from when my method, the R.I.N.G method, was my only form of workouts and the gym wasn't even a thought in my mind. And let's not mention, the gyms were literally closed when I created this. Later on, I'm going to give you my Gamer's Grind daily checklist so that you can follow along at home, whether you're a total noob, looking to level up your real life stats, or ready to beat the boss. Most people just have no idea how to fit gaming and fitness into their busy, busy lives. But the good news is you can do both at the same time and not have to worry about gym memberships or crazy routines that take up hours of your day and money out of that new game fund. Now, to set R.I.N.G into motion, you'll need to start hitting R.I.N.G Fit, find some integration points, complete your nutrition upgrade, and goal set on the daily. Picture this. Instead of picking up the cheapest gym you can find and going to a workout you hate, which will eventually lead to a subscription you forgot about and +0 on your stats, most people are missing the chance to do what they love and get that level up. They're stuck in the traditional ways to lose weight that everyone's seen 500 million times on your FYP. I mean, how many nutrition hacks do you see? When my gamer and streamer friends start running my R.I.N.G approach, the reward center in that brain is activated similar to if you just won a big Call of Duty tournament. This is the hub where all of the dopamine needed to keep us happy, motivated, and unable to stop comes in. The activation not only creates the want to keep coming back day in and day out, but serves the dopamine-seeking brain with all the happy juices you would get from a normal gaming session. The response given by the R.I.N.G method underscores the importance of adding fitness gaming into your regularly scheduled gaming sessions, harnessing our drive to explore and find new ways to experience weight loss that aren't just metal clanking and extreme diets. Let's take a look at the rise of fitness challenges like 75 Hard, where weight loss seekers are forced to follow obscene rules, and I mean obscene, they'll never be able to maintain after the fact just to say, I did it. A shocking study found that active gaming actually is just as effective as jogging, but it also found that participants were much more motivated to come back to the workout in the active gaming. So let's just dive straight down into 75 Hard. This Kickstarter program wasn't intended to be a fitness challenge, but has been transformed on the internet to one. This creates a list of rules for where weight loss seekers to go and follow that is very strict adherence, and you have no life adjustments at all or really any flexibility. Yes, there are some flexible entities to it, but for the most part, it is extremely rigid and disheartening to those who start the challenge and not very motivating to keep going. It is unsustainable, and the proof comes within all of the different variations that I'm going to show here. As promised, these are only a few of the variations. The original, the medium, the soft. This creates a strict adherence mindset that doesn't allow for mental health days when you need them. On top of that, people have a huge stigma around failing, so much so that hospitalization has become a thing. You adhere to the strict rules, you're not going to continue to keep doing it, which ultimately will lead you down a yo-yo cycle that doesn't lead to consistent, sustainable weight loss. Now let's look at one of my favorites to talk about, body, or more commonly known as beach body. They're at-home workouts where people frolicked during gym shutdowns. And unfortunately, you can see here a lot of people struggled to adapt to the workouts, and even doctors are saying that they are meant for people who are already fit and not newbies coming into this space, despite what Body's marketing may say. And that's just the beginning. Their flagship nutrition program is also overly restrictive and potentially harmful. But the reality is, the way those workouts are programmed are not sustainable. And you constantly have to be looking for a new program, therefore investing in their business to be able to continue to see the weight loss. This is a terrible approach to your programming and not something that scales with you as you continue to go from noob to boss battle ready. Last example of this is going to be at-home fitness programs that skyrocketed when gyms closed, such as Peloton. Now, my biggest issue with Peloton is the fact that it's not really scalable. They have a bunch of different versions now. The bike, the treadmill, I think they even have some sort of weight training perspective, but it doesn't scale with you, so you have to figure out when it's appropriate to scale. The progress of your workouts are not like that of a video game where you scale from 0 stat to ready to beat the boss. And that's where a lot of the confusion and frustration and just all around demotivation comes from. On top of that, you've got to look at the price point. That subscription you're going to be paying every month is going to be money out of your pocket, whereas a one-time fee for a video game is a little bit different. The price for the equipment is also significantly higher, and your risk to injury when you don't know how to train it properly is also significantly high, unlike with a low-impact video game. One of the things about something like Peloton is you'll get bored of it. Yes, there are different trainers you can ride with on the Peloton bikes, but at the end of the day, it's still just riding a bike. Now that we got the old stuff out of the way, let's transition into how the R.I.N.G method will help you solve your weight loss woes from a gamer's perspective. Step 1 of the R.I.N.G method is, of course, Ring Fit Adventure. That's where our Nintendo Switch from earlier in this video comes in. Ring Fit Adventure is a Nintendo Switch game that allows you to progress through the different worlds of an RPG-style game while doing exercises and building up not only your stamina from running around each world, but your movement skills. Based purely in body weight exercises, you can learn how to do proper squats, learn how to do some yoga poses, and all of these different exercises that you may not know how to do. The other benefit to getting into Ring Fit Daily is it solves our boredom problem from something like Peloton. You get a new world every day, a new boss to try and defeat. And on top of that, it's super adaptable. If you're feeling sore, you can change all of your exercises to yoga. If you did upper body the last time you were in session, you can now do lower body. You can build full body exercises to help you beat the boss. It's adaptable, it's fun, and you won't get bored. Ring Fit has taken the at-home workout environment by storm. There are countless success stories across platforms like TikTok and Reddit, some even claiming the game has replaced the gym for them altogether. Next up, and this piece is super important, is integration points. Now, we sit a lot as gamers, but also just as general people in corporate America. And this integration point will help you add extra movement to your day that is not just a standard 30-minute workout. Because in reality, your 30 minutes isn't going to change that much. You've heard 10,000 steps, I'm sure. But what we're going to do here is find 3 points throughout the day that you can add 5 to 15 minutes of exercise each time. Whether it's simply going on a walk after each meal, or maybe getting the bands out and doing some stretches, you're adding that extra movement, therefore adding to your overall calorie burn without even really noticing it. Simply by making sure I got 10K steps a day, I notice a difference in myself, and others are saying the same across the internet. Not even changing their nutrition, that extra walk throughout the day and extra integration points of movement have changed and even gotten them to lose weight. Studies even today are saying that we need to be moving more, and your 30 minutes of structured activity a day are not going to be enough. Step number 3 is your nutrition upgrade. Now, we don't want to make this complicated and drive you away from making the good, healthy habits. So there will be a list in the daily check grind of how you upgrade your nutrition that you can choose from each day to try and go after. Whether it be hitting your protein goal or staying under certain calorie calculations or drinking enough water for the day, there will be a list of different nutrition goals you can try to use as your upgrade for the day to help support your activity. Unlike Beachbody's super complicated container system, or really any other fad diet out there, we want to keep this as simple as possible, whether it just be meal prepping, tracking protein, tracking calories. We don't want to be a part of the 95% of all diets that fail. So your goal here is to try and focus on maybe one upgrade a day or one upgrade a week to keep it as simple as possible and not make too many changes that you fail. The next piece is goal set. Now, one of the things that drives gamers and just weight loss seekers in general away from the fitness space is the fact that they set big lofty goals that take forever to reach and they get demotivated and not seeing the progress that they want to see. So that's where Goal Set Daily comes in, or the G in R.I.N.G. We want to make sure that we're setting mini goals each day. In the grind checklist that I talked about earlier, we will provide different goals that you can pick for the day, or you can pick your own, but they have to be small and achievable within that day. Whether it's 10,000 steps, or drinking your water if you didn't choose that as your nutrition upgrade, or maybe your sleep is bad and you want to try to make sure your sleep routine is back in order. Those would all be mini goals that you can reach on a daily basis rather than focusing on a big long-term goal that might end up taking longer than you want it to, therefore demotivating you. I'm sure you're wondering, how is this any different than going to the gym and doing a 30-minute workout every day and following a macro prescription someone on the internet gave me? That answer is, it's a video game. It's simple and not complicated, but it's also something we as gamers know well. I get deeply wrapped into the story of an RPG, and that's where Ring Fit comes in. We can play video games and lose our minds in the world that this game has created while actively working out. Now, I promised you guys the results of when I created the Ring Fit method, so let's dive into that. Now, you're going to look at this and say, well, she's not ripped. And that's not the point of this method. The point of this method is to give you an easy to follow guideline to kickstart your weight loss in the beginning. Gym anxiety can get the best of us all, and this method is also an easy kickstart program that will help you gain the confidence you need to eventually move on to the gym environment, but also is adaptable that you can pull it into your routine whenever you need it and are having bad days. As you can see here, I did it for 60 days in 2021 when gyms were still shut down and lost 20 pounds, and then repeated it again in 2023 when I wasn't feeling the gym environment in early January and lost a pant size doing video game exercise alone. This method is meant to allow gamers to gain the confidence that they need to continue their weight loss journey. So if you're ready to make that commitment and level up those real life stats, don't forget to grab your Gamers Grind daily checklist in the description below, as well as like, comment, subscribe for more future fitness and gaming related content. And if you have any other questions about the ring method, feel free to drop them in the comments as well. But that is all for this video, my beautiful chaos gremlins.